Hi, I'm coming at you from in the crib because I am sleepy this afternoon. I believe it is around 3:30 and it is almost the official nap time, which is 4 p.m. So I'm just going to chill out here and we're going to talk about a recap of West Coast Jungle Gym 2019. I'm not going to call this a review because a review means kind of like grading it and comparing it with other things. So I don't want to do that because it's a completely different convention. It's only its second year, going into its third year this year. So I feel like it's not fair to compare it to other conventions that have been going on for 7, 10 years. Because they've kind of worked out all their kinks and everything. So I decided to go last year, kind of last minute, just to see what it's about. I bought my ticket. Um, I think I paid full price for it. And yeah, I stayed at the house hotel with someone, um, someone that I knew. And that was my first time staying with someone because at CapCon, I realized that I like my own space. So I've always had my own room. Even last CapCon, I was like, there was a guy that was supposed to stay with me, but he canceled last minute. I was like, oh, thank goodness. Because then I just have my own space where I can just chill and there's not any noise. I don't have to talk. Because I do a lot of talking at conventions. A lot of people come up to me and talk at me. So Thursday, I got there, and let's see, the badge process was pretty quick. We got downstairs, there was a lineup. We waited maybe less than half an hour in line, 25 minutes or so. But it's nice and intimate. I would say the number is, I'm going to take a guess and they can chime in if they want. I'm guessing the number is 375. Because I know the year before the first year was just over 300. So I don't know what's going to be this year or even if it's happening this year. But the badging process was easy. There was no issues there. There was a little bit of a confusion with the phone cameras, like covering up your phone cameras with the stickers. Because I think what happened was they didn't have enough stickers for the front and back for everyone's phones. So they were only telling people to cover up the back of their phone, on that camera, but not the front facing camera. So I was like, I'm not gonna get into trouble for, if people think I'm taking a picture. So I just like took a second sticker and just put it on the front of my camera. Anyways, I loved that it was intimate. And remember, my first conventions, like I'd never gone to events. There was no munches in Vegas back then. My first event was CapCon and then CapCon. So it was kind of intimidating for me to go from like 1,100 people to a much smaller venue where everything is compact and there's like 300 plus people, like under 400. I mean, that's a quarter, of what CapCon is. And it's weird because I would not feel comfortable. Like, I've thought about going to a smaller events like the smaller events like Diaperperv and stuff. And I'm like, I don't think I would feel entirely comfortable because it's way more intimate. And even though I have a lot of intimate moments like at a big con, the smaller gatherings scare me. I have to, a lot of people have to work their way up. They have to like go to a munch, then go to like a small like party, like a house party, and then go, and eventually go to like CapCon. And they have so many reservations about going to a huge thing. They're all nervous. They have a billion questions and all this anticipation, and they're overwhelmed. Well, I'm the opposite. I get overwhelmed when it's like a very small group. Not at the Vegas Munches, because, because I help organize those. But like, if I go into an event and it's a small gathering, no, I'm probably going to get a little nervous. I'll still do it, but I'm more apt for big ones. So I loved how intimate it was. Like, there was one room just for vendors, and it was a little bit packed in there because everyone had to pack in there. And there was a second room that was like the playroom where like the crib was, and there was a changing table that was open, and they had changing tables in the hallway that were closed, that had curtains all the way around it so you can't see. But I thought it was interesting that you can opt to change someone right there in like the big playroom, right there. You could just change them, and and everyone could see their tushy and everything. I changed one person in that entire time there in the open one. And then they had a ball pit, which was a very good size. I mean, you could like just bury yourself in there. And what else? There was tables with a whole bunch of different games and board games, and there was games on the floor. And it was nice because it was so chill. It was the opposite of CapCon, where there's a billion things going on in 1 hour, and you're like, okay, I need to be here, I need to be there, I'm teaching this, I'm teaching that. Okay, maybe you're not doing that, but I don't know why I put myself in these fucking situations to do this bullshit, but I do. So I like did nothing at West Coast. I didn't plan on doing anything. I had 2 sessions, and the rest was literally just hangout time, and I got to actually hang out and get to know people and just have fun and kind of be pervy and diaper check boys and actually have real conversations without a bunch of people talking at me or like crowding me and talking at me or trying to get my attention or something. It was just organic. It was the most organic moment I've had. Okay, I've only had the 2 CapCons and a barbecue at changing times, and that was it. That was the depth of my experience. And then there was a big main room, which had the stage, and it had a projector, a projection screen behind it. And that's where like the pageant went on, the opening ceremonies, the closing stuff, and it was also where the classes went on. And I loved how they curated the classes at West Coast, because a lot of the organizers there are involved in the BDSM scene. So they had a lot of varied classes. Like, it wasn't all age play. It was really, really well thought out things like how to be your own big. I went to the asexuality class. It was just all across the board. I have to talk faster. I have 1 minute. Oh, fuck. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. Like, after classes, I did the pageant there. That was fun. Pageant, yeah. And then I won appearance, and I got a sash, but no other prizes. What else? Oh, every night there was like a little dance in that room, and it was fun. Oh no, it's counting down. I have less than 30 seconds. I can't just wrap this up in 30 seconds. There's a lot more I need to say about it, but as you know, when the video camera goes on, my mind goes fucking blank because I'm having a hardcore panic attack looking at myself. Yeah, it was just organic and chill, and I thought it was well worth it. The sponsorship packages are actually pretty good this year. I inquired about the bronze one, But who knows? I mean, if Midsummer Scream doesn't happen, I might actually go to West Coast again.